The challenges are the test, okay, and not the truth. Your conviction, your divine will has to outweigh the blockages and the hurdles that will be inevitably placed in front of you. Most people surrender to the challenge and not the calling. What is your calling? What is that thing that you feel called to do, to say, to have? If you don't or can't identify your mission, the purpose of why you're doing what you're doing, then the first challenge, the first difficulty that presents itself will stop you. You have to have so much conviction in what you're here to do, what you're here to say, what you're here to bring, what you're here to deliver, that on the days, and those days come, on the days where it's feeling impossible, you don't have the energy, the sun's come out, you don't have the resources, you perceive that you don't have the resources, you perceive that you don't have the support or this infrastructure in your life, you perceive that you don't have the finances for said thing, you perceive that you don't, whatever it is, you will be overcome by those things if you do not write down and hold on to what your calling is. And when I say calling, it doesn't have to be some crazy, huge, philosophical feat or mission. Your calling can simply be being you, being yourself, bringing the essence of who you are to the world with no apology, unapologetically, just being yourself. Because you are unique, you are one of one. The knowledge, the wisdom, the gifts, the talents that you possess, nobody else possesses, at least not in the way that you possess them. And so I'm realizing that it's a whole lot of noise, in the world, in terms of you must know your mission, you must know your purpose, you must know your calling. And if you haven't figured out what those things are, you're somehow lesser than everyone else who has. And me personally, I find that at this point in my journey to be nonsense. I feel just simply being human in this world, existing in this world, is my calling. My calling is to appreciate life. My calling is to help other people in whatever small or big way I can. My calling is to speak my truth, is to share my experience, is to give comfort to those who need comfort, is to love the people who love me. All of those things are my calling, and everything else is just noise. I'm sorry if you can hear the chainsaw in the background. I'm out in the woodlands. On my ramble, doing my thing, doing my calling. I was called today to come out on a walk, put the camera on, and inspire you guys in some way that I can. That is my calling. And your calling can be different every day, can't it? What are you called to do? What are you feeling pulled to share, to give of yourself today? That is a calling. There doesn't have to be this big overarching calling over your life. So that was a little bit of a tangent, but I hope you get what I mean. So resistance builds strength. I want you to imagine the challenge that you're facing right now as like the gym, if I use the gym as an analogy. You can't build strength, you can't grow, you can't build muscle without resistance. That's why we resistance train. We use weights. So the weight of what you're feeling right now in terms of this challenge, this difficulty, this obstacle that's in your way right now, forcing you to question everything that you're doing, see it as resistance. See it as a chance to reevaluate or evaluate your mindset, to maybe take some rest, maybe take some time off to really evaluate, like I said in the beginning of the video, what your actual calling is, to where you wrote down literally with pen and paper what your calling was for that day, for that season, for that era of your life. Go back to it. What is your why? The why is the most important detail of every endeavor. Your divine will is the override button of all of those negative emotions and feelings that want to creep in. Your divine will has to be stronger, has to overpower all the challenges, my darling. You will doubt. You will question. You will feel defeated at times, but you have to keep going back to your why. And the size of that obstacle is proof of the magnitude of your calling. If your challenges are big, your prize is bigger. Oh my gosh, I think they just fell. Is it felled? Felled a tree? Did you hear that crash? Wow. See? My challenge, my obstacle when I sat down to film this video was the fact that they started chopping down a tree in the background and causing a ruckus. But I pushed through because my divine calling for this moment is to get through this video and deliver this message to you. So that's actually very powerful. The tree fell, okay? I heard the crash. I want you to imagine that as your challenge. If you keep at it, if you keep chopping, if you keep cutting through all the noise, all the nonsense, all the distractions, all the doubts, all the naysayers, that tree will eventually fall. That tree of challenge will fall, will be conquered. Okay? So keep chopping at it, keep breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, one step, one step, one step, one day at a time, and you will be successful. You'll be successful. There's no doubt about it. So I hope that message resonated with you today, and if it did, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. As a lot of you already know, I do offer one-to-one coaching, so if you ever feel called to work with me personally, I'd love that. My email is in the description box, or you can contact me on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you feel you want to contact me. I'm always available and ready to hear from you. So I love you guys so much. I can't wait to be back with you again in the next one. Take care and lots of kisses. Mwah. Oh, I got my phone. Bye guys.